Alright YouTube, what's happening? Chris Wachowski here. This is going to be the recap video for the Iron Grips NNL Qualifier Season 3. Sit back and enjoy. So today I'm going to be using the first place finisher Bryce LaRocque's run to show the course. I kind of like doing this, it makes it easier for me. So this is the first obstacle. Competitors make their way through the quint steps. Then they go directly into the jumping spider and make their way through. After that, competitors would tackle the cliffhanger. They were allowed to use their feet on the wall, although as you can see here, it looks a little bit tricky to keep their feet on that wall because of the way it's cut back behind them. After that, competitors would go on to face the tilting balance beams. Then was this cool obstacle where competitors used a ring slider to eventually get to the triangles. They had to use the ropes in the triangles to traverse across a decent sized gap. After that, competitors would go on to the slack line. It was one of the shorter ones, so a fairly easy obstacle there. Next up was one of the more creative obstacles we've seen this season. Competitors would go through this wheel and move what looks like plungers in and out of the different holes. So pretty cool. You had to kind of take them as you went before moving on to the next one. So definitely one of the more creative things we've seen this season. After the shapeshifter, competitors ran across the Bosu balls. Then they went directly into this. I'm not sure what they were calling it. The NNL rep called it the swath log. But competitors had to jump and climb over top of the swinging PVC, which is actually a little bit trickier than you think if you get stuck underneath. And then they would have to make their way to the landing platform. After that, competitors took on balance row. It started out with a rail and then went over to this variation of upright poles. It's actually a pretty tricky obstacle because as you get taller, it teeters a little more. After the balance obstacle, competitors would go through a row of atomic holds. Pretty long row as a matter of fact, so pretty good grip endurance there. Moving on to the 12th obstacle on this long course, we had the ibeam cross, so competitors would climb up to the top, and then instead of crossing over to another ibeam, they actually had to generate a swing and then get to that salmon ladder bar over there. Pretty tough transfer. Once they made the transfer, they would then transfer across the salmon ladder, and then they would go down a few rungs before they were able to dismount. Up next, you gotta love the creativity on this obstacle, the praying mantis. It's a cool version of kind of like the monkey pegs, except you have these like hooks on the end of the pipe, and you have to make your way through wedging them in. Pretty creative obstacle here, also a pretty difficult one. From there, competitors would go directly into the bombs without touching the ground. Unfortunately, Bryce is not going to make it past this point, which means nobody did because Bryce was the first place finisher. Obstacles after that were the wedge and the 15-foot warp wall. Overall, a really amazing course put together by Iron Grip. So, in the rest of the male division, coming in third place was Callie Alexander. He was able to qualify with his run. He finished, well, sorry, he did not finish. He got to the same place as Bryce did. His time there was 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Bryce's time was 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Coming in second place overall was Ernest Phillips. He's already qualified for finals. He made it through to the same spot as Bryce and Callie with a time of 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Jumping over to the female division, we had newcomer to the league, Teigen Rubel. She was able to get to the 7th obstacle with a time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Unfortunately, she was not able to complete the shapeshifter. Coming in second place was McKinley Pierce. She was able to make it through the shapeshifter with a time of 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Unfortunately, the Bosu balls directly after took her out when she landed on the line. Finally, coming in first place for the females was Michelle Warnky. She made it through 9 obstacles with a time of 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Unfortunately, when she was transferring to the 10th obstacle, she had a slight slip up and stepped off of the course. So that does it for this Iron Grips course. I think it was a great course, a lot of really cool obstacles. If you thought so too, comment down below. Guys, remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos soon.